I was born and raised in Springfield, Massachusetts. I'm the youngest of 8, so I have 4 sisters, 3 brothers. Got my first basketball hoop at 3 years old. That's when kind of my life changed. In the Muslim community I grew up in, there were actually no Muslim teams or sports. And if there were, it was always for the boys. No, you can't play with the boys, no, you can't. And so I found like there was no space for me. I was always the only one. I was always different. And I felt like I always had to be ready to explain who I was. And I realized that I could actually just simply educate. And I realized, I'm like, these people just don't know about Islam. They don't know about Muslim women. And I had to take that role in being the first to kind of open doors for the girls who would come after me and who would look like me. Muslim Girls Ball 2 actually started when I realized that I couldn't play professionally because of my hijab. And when I went to play professionally, they said I could hurt somebody with my hijab. But you know, Allah had other plans for me. And so when I was facing this challenge and making this decision, do I take off my hijab to play? Or do I essentially make the path easier for the girls who look like me? And so for me, it was a crossroad of faith. I was in this moment where I wasn't sure if Islam was for me. These girls who would come up to me and they're like, I want to be like you. And I'm like, okay, Allah, I get it. Like, this is who I need to stand up for. And so as I went through that transition, and after I took that fight on, I made a hashtag called Muslim Girls Hoop 2. Started wearing shirts. People started buying the shirts. And so when people would walk around in public, they're like, what does that mean? And I'm like, exactly what it means. I'm a Muslim girl and they can play basketball, you know, and our hijabs don't stop us, our prayers don't stop us. And so the idea of Muslim Girls Ball 2, a nonprofit charitable organization, but I wanted to create safe spaces and safe environments where our Muslim women and girls could enjoy sport without being policed about what they wear, what they look like. I wanted our girls to not ever have to choose between their faith and their passion. So, alhamdulillah, Muslim Girls Ball 2 ended up just transforming into something huge. And here I am teaching Muslim girls and women, not only basketball, but other sports, and to show them that our faith doesn't stop us, you know, and that we're powerful. What I just try to do through Muslim Girls Ball 2 is to instill confidence, strength, faith most importantly, and use sport as a tool for them to see that there's opportunities through sport. So I just pray that Muslim Girls Ball 2 continues to be able to enhance sport for Muslim women. And I think one thing that we have to always keep in mind is that we have to connect to our youth as much as we can. I'd rather be an inspiration to a Muslim girl versus them looking up to some people who don't look like us and they can't relate. I think that's just important to be there for the youth, create these opportunities for them. That's what we try to focus on with the youth. Continue to provide those safe spaces for both boys and girls. Allow them to pray and play essentially at the same time. For them to just feel free, you know, and again, to have fun. It's important for our young Muslim women and girls to follow their purpose. If sport is their purpose and their passion, you just have to try. So if any girl, Muslim girl or Muslim woman finding it difficult to find their place in sport, I would tell them to create what you want to see in your community, because it starts with where you are. Make it happen. We have to make the changes that we want to see, and until we do that, we aren't going to see the changes. And I think that's one thing that helped me, was that I saw that there was a need in our community for sport. So I think that, like I said before, make the change in your community and you can see things grow from there, inshallah.